so let's just start talking now. Hello, Jake Chapman, Chrissy Birdsall. We are up here on the radio deck. It's Magic Game Day once again, and this afternoon we will see the New Orleans Pelicans for our first showdown with the Pels this year. They're 9-31 heading in, coming off, had a win against Washington. That ended a 9-game losing streak. So another opportunity for the Magic to get back on the winning foot, and I've already buried the lead far too long. Mo Wagner plays basketball for the Orlando Magic today, the bringer of the juice. I've been workshopping the nickname for about 3 years now. I think I'm settled on the Juice Baron.
The Juice Baron.
Because that ties in the German heritage, I feel like. Baron,
Yep.
So no, still workshopping, clearly. I was expecting something a little bit better as far as the reaction goes to that, but we'll talk offline about that. But got Mo Wagner back today. It is the first time, let's see, I crunched the numbers here. The first time Mo Wagner plays basketball in a Magic uniform in 386 days. And It feels like 1,386 days. And after the loss against the Philadelphia 76ers on Friday, which was somewhat flat, somewhat lifeless, etc., very much juiceless, we need Mo Wagner back, and feels like a godsend for a team that just needs kind of a kick in the pants right now, and that is what Mo Wagner is good for. I have no idea what the minutes will look like as he works back from a torn ACL that he suffered in December of last year, but a year is about the timeline you look at for that injury, and then obviously with the trip to Germany and England on the horizon. Again, I'm back today. Hopefully he's able to get through however many minutes he's allotted today and is good to go for what will be a very special moment as the Magic play their first game in Berlin, Germany. That's coming up on Thursday of this week. Let's go to Chrissy's quote book to address the loss to the 76ers on Friday, because I talked about it as much as I wanted to over the course of that basketball game. That recap segment with Brandon afterwards was about all I was good for. I left early. I didn't even...
You just stranded us. You stranded us on the radio deck. Left us to think about it.
Left you guys, which I very rarely do. But as soon as I was off the air, I was out of here on Friday night. Good job, by the way, breaking down, finishing up the post-game show, all of that stuff. But I abandoned some of my post-game responsibilities, but credit to the Magic players who stood up and faced the music afterwards, Coach Mosley as well. Chrissy's quote book, crack it open. What do the guys have to say about what was a pretty painfully juiceless, we'll go back to loss on Friday night.
Yeah, after the game, Coach Mosley and Anthony Black both spoke. And Anthony Black, we've talked about just like how much more fired up he's been during this stretch. It was one of the previous games that he came on. He had said, he felt very strongly about the team's frustrations, that they wanted to get back on track. And even in the loss on Friday, he said in the fourth quarter, he said the team needs to be more organized. And what stood out to me, he said sometimes they play not to lose in the fourth. And he was like, that needs to change for this team. He said the 500 stretch is frustrating. They just got to find a way to string things together. You go back to the turnovers and the rebounds. Those were the two biggest factors in what allowed Philadelphia to come away with that win on Friday. And he said that they got killed in both of those categories. And when you look at the stats, I mean, it basically sums it up as well. Orlando had 18 turnovers for 20 Philadelphia points. Philadelphia had 21 offensive rebounds for 22 points. Out-rebounded the Magic, total 52-42. So that was a big point of frustration from Anthony Black. And Coach Mosley basically said the same thing as well. He said they need to box out. They can't control the shots not falling. That was a big issue. Both the three balls for both of the teams weren't really falling on Friday. But he said that they can control the effort, the spacing, the decision-making, and all of that will be good going forward. But he was a little bit more hopeful after the postgame. He said this team does a great job bouncing back. They're a resilient group. They'll play from start to end. They'll be consistent. And one of the things he said, they'll be consistent when they get bodies back. And I think he was alluding to Mo coming back.
Yeah, obviously in the back of your mind, you look at Jalen, you look at Franz. Franz seems as closer than Jalen is, but feeling whole again is going to make a huge difference, obviously, for this team. Franz Wagner will make a very practical difference the second that he steps back onto the floor. I think a lot of what you're seeing right now, especially with some of the up and down with Paolo, even though, up and down for Paolo is still pretty relative because, he was 3 assists away from a triple-double the other night.
Right.
He didn't play well. Nobody played well. With that said, I think all the attention that is able to be squared on Paolo Banchero right now gets cut in half the second that number 22 is on the same floor. Mo, a little bit different, obviously. We don't know exactly how much he'll play. Even last year, we were talking about a 6-man of the year caliber player for as much time as he was on the floor, 30 games. But you're still talking about 18, 20 minutes a night. And so Mo will be a little bit more of a spiritual boost, I think. But right now, I think it's really interesting what Anthony Black says. Just going back to that game on Friday, you gifted them 60 points basically, because you mentioned the points off turnovers and the second chance points. They were also 21 of 24 at the free throw line.
Right.
And so those 3 areas right there, if you clean those up, then we're talking about an entirely different story. But the bottom line is they've been too inconsistent for a couple weeks now, and that's what's led to the win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Magic just can't string together good games, and even over the course of 48 minutes, they can't seem to string together a good game. You've had these lulls and these stretches, the ball stops moving, you stop defending the way that you're capable of, and that's why even the games that you've won have been sort of a struggle over the course of the last month. So hopefully you're able to get back to Magic basketball. I do think that it seems like a team that's stressed right now, like on multiple in multiple areas. Like the minutes are starting to add up for the guys who are on the floor. The playmaking and the responsibilities starting to add up for the guys who are on the floor. And so no matter what, yes, getting healthy is going to make a big difference. But the bottom line is after today's game, there's going to be a whole lot of distractions as you go overseas for the Europe games. But there's also going to be 2 games played in the next 11 days. And that is something that nobody else across the league, with the exception of the Memphis Grizzlies, has going for them right now. And so for a team that needs, it feels like, to recenter, to refocus, to refresh, to reset, whatever, all the re's, and maybe rehab a little bit.
Yeah.
I think this could be a godsend for this team, this NBA Europe trip. It's part of the reason that the schedule has been so front-loaded and so packed in for the first 2.5 months of the season. And yes, it's not going to be a whole bunch of time sitting at home with home cooking and at the trading center and getting rehabbed with all of your favorite physical therapists, but it is going to be an opportunity at the very least to kick your legs up a little bit and only play 96 minutes of basketball over the course of the next 11 days.
Yeah, one thing that was surprising is actually the team had practice yesterday. Tyus Jones speaking with the media after, and that's something that we don't usually see them do at this point in the season, but knowing that they have this trip coming up, get their minds right at least tonight, try and get a bounce-back game before they go to Germany. That's going to be really important for this team, and he emphasized all of the regrouping, restoring, rehabbing, re-getting everything together and getting back on track.
Forgot that one here. Let me add that in. Re-getting everything back together.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. That's what you get from Chrissy at a 3 o'clock start.
Yeah, it's a little early for me. I'm still on the college sleep schedule
I get
where
it.
I wake up
I
at 10
was worried
a.m.
about you, and just for everybody at home, she still beat me to the arena this morning.
That is true.
She is on intern college grad schedule. I try not to text you before 9:30, but she was up and at 'em this morning. Very proud of you, Chrissy. Good stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, and if you text me before 9:30, I'm not waking up and answering it. So good thing you didn't.
Remember the one time I texted you at like 3 in the morning just because I had a thought?
Yep.
And my daughter was up, and I thought that everybody else should be up at that point.
No.
Yeah.
I'm on the college schedule. Not that college schedule. I grew out of that one. Now I'm on the...
Employers don't do that. You texted me back. You said, it is 3 a.m.
Run right back to sleep.
What's the answer? The answer for that. All right, that's 3 off.
But this is a team that needs to get up and get going for today's game. And that was something Tyus Jones said. He talked about that 500 stretch. He said they can't pinpoint it to one consistent thing. It's just there's a lot of different factors that go into the up and down. The consistent rotation, getting players back is going to be really important. We'll see that today with Mo coming back. The maturity, just playing through 48 minutes. There was a lot of frustration in Friday's game. Coach Mosley talked about it after, of just how certain players were getting the whistle. Paulo wasn't getting the whistle as much, and that's something that the team needs to work through a little bit more, is just fighting through those frustrations and getting back on defense instead of going to the ref and being like, why didn't I get that call?
Yep.
And that was something that Tyus Jones emphasized as well, being an 11-year vet. Obviously, he's seen everything on that side of things, but he said most importantly, this team just needs to stick together, and as players start to come back, they will get to mold and gel with one another, and it's going to be really exciting to see Mo back. And you talked about the juice that he brings off of the bench. This team needs that more than ever right now, and before he went down with his injury, Jake, you were telling me that he was playing really well.
Yeah, he in 30 games last season, 12.9 points per game, 4.9 rebounds, over 1 assist. He was shooting 36% from three-point range, which would have been not a career high, but second best. And actually, the 37% he shot in 2021 was only in 11 games. That was right after he signed with the Magic. So the three ball was falling at a better clip than it ever had. He was shooting 56% from the field. And you listen to those numbers, and they sound a little bit pedestrian. Reminder, he's playing 18 minutes a night. And so the big number that was jumping out to me last year, right as he went down, was he was getting to the free throw line almost 4 times a game, which when you're talking about a guy who plays 18 minutes a night, that is a pretty ridiculous rate. And the free throw attempt rate was better than anybody else in the league off the bench. You think about guys who shoot a lot of free throws. You think about Paulo. You think about, these big wings who are attacking the basket a lot and forcing the issue and getting hammered every time. With Mo, it is a completely different approach. Mo Wagner is a throwback as far as his offensive skill set goes. He is a pick and roll, a roller. He can pop and he can knock down the straightaway three, but like last year was the first year he started doing it with regularity. Career is a 32% three-point shooter, so that's an added element. Hopefully he's able to hit the ground running as far as the perimeter jumper goes. I would assume he's been able to get a lot of work on that as he's worked back his lower half. But the bottom line is rolling to the rim and then getting him the ball in the post and letting him use that beautiful footwork, all of those hook shots, 10 to 15-foot jumpers from either baseline and either side of the hoop. That is his package, and he has all of that. And then you throw on top of that a couple pump fakes and being able to get to the free throw line. He is going to help the second unit immediately as far as the energy goes, certainly as far as the offense goes. But as I mentioned before, as you've had to slide Anthony Black into the starting lineup or Tristan to deal with the injuries, it's thinned out your bench. And Noah Penda and Jace Richardson have done an awesome job. But bringing Mo back, he can be the centerpiece of your second unit on the offensive end eventually. Again, I'm not sure what to expect right away. And that was the vision. That was what we, with Jalen Suggs healthy and in the backcourt and Franz Wagner at the 3, now all of a sudden Anthony Black is a bench player. And AB had 2 rough games, but he had a good bounce-back effort against Philadelphia the other night. I think AB needs a step back and needs to be able to refocus on what his role is. But everybody, because of the injuries, has been thrust into maybe roles that they weren't even necessarily ready for. Some have shined in those roles, some have not. But the bottom line is Mo Wagner, I think, restores order to your rotation a little bit.
Absolutely. And one of the things, we've talked about this pretty consistently on this show, is that the team all the way back in training camp, one of the things that they said, defense and depth were the 2 biggest strong suits of the team coming into this year. And when they were talking about depth, I don't think they meant that they were going to have so many injuries that all of these guys had to step up and come and play starting roles and different rotations and all of that stuff. They wanted these guys to come off the bench and be the guys that bring that explosive spark, breathe that little spark plug that can bring some offense to the team if they're in a bit of a lull. But because of everything that's been going on, we've seen all of these guys. You talked about it, AB, Tristan, Goga stepping up in certain games. We'll have to see what he does today with some of the injuries as we take a look at the injury report here. But it's been one of these years that right now they're in that lull. They're all aware of being in that lull, of just trying to tread water as much as they can. That's something that we've kind of said throughout these last 10 or 12 games, that they're treading water, waiting for guys to come back, and then things will start to settle itself down. But yeah, some guys have really stepped up. We saw Noah Penda get his first start of the season on Friday against Philadelphia. He had himself a really good game against Brooklyn. Obviously, AB has taken a huge step this year. He had a nice bounce-back game on Friday. You've seen Jace get more minutes in the rotation. So those guys got to have to continue to step up as these guys start coming back as well, and it'll be better for the team overall.
You mentioned the status report. As of right now for the Pelicans, Jose Alvarado is out. He's got an oblique strain. That'll disappoint our Puerto Rican fan base here in Central Florida, and hopefully everybody keeps an eye on that if they were coming specifically to see him. Sadiq Bey is out. Hunter Dickinson is on G League 2A assignment. Herb Jones, big loss for them. He's got a right ankle sprain. He's their primary defender on the perimeter, and then DeJounte Murray still out with that Achilles rupture as he works back. For the Magic, the injury report grew this morning. Wendell Carter Jr. now listed as questionable with a right hip strain. J.I. is sick. Don't know about him. Tristan, still dealing with those back spasms, is listed as questionable as well. So one step forward, 2 steps back as far as the injury report goes, and I doubt Coach Mosley will shed any light as we get ready to hear from him in the Magic media room on who will be available and who won't be. You look down, you got AB and Goga going through their pregame shooting slots. I'm sure with everybody else, and I guess Tristan's is usually right about now, those guys will go through their pregame warm-ups and then judge from there. Look, Wendell Carter Jr., questionable with the right hip strain. That hip has probably been strained for the next month because of the way Wendell plays. And so if he needs a day off, he definitely deserves it. That guy has been a warrior. We've had 2 centers all season long, and Wendell has been available just about every game. He's played in 38 of the Magic's 39 games so far this year. So if he needs a day off, fine, especially with a big flight in front of us. We got to get Wendell right, and you understand that. But that leaves you very thin on the front line if that's the case. And then obviously if he and J.I. are both out today, I can tell you one guy who won't be playing heavy minutes. Mo Wagner will not be playing heavy minutes today. So, all of a sudden, it's that time of year. Everybody is banged up right now, and the Magic sorely in need of some reinforcements coming back. And so hopefully you're able to get through today and pick up a win against a team that has really been struggling all season long.
Coach, more than anyone, the work that Mo Wagner's put in to get back to today. How excited are you for him to see that work pay off today?
You couldn't be happier for a guy who's put in so much work over the summer, over the year, just being able to test his body, push and work, and what he's been through and how he's mentally found his way back to this space.
Two-parters. I imagine he's going to be on a minute restriction today.
For sure.
Yeah. What do you hope he gets out of this experience, regardless of the result?
Honestly, I really think it's just about the joy of being back on the court. I think sometimes we take that for granted. And I think his ability and how hard he's worked to get back to this point, to be on the court with his guys, just that's enough. Just to be on the court after being out so long and the game that's given us so much, to be able to be out there and do that again.
A few more guys popped up on the injury report. Just how's Jonathan, Wendell, and Tristan doing?
Jonathan, obviously falling under the weather, bug going around. He got hit with it. Wendell obviously will be out tonight. You saw him pull up in that fourth quarter of the last game. Woke up this morning really struggling, so he'll be out tonight. And then obviously J.I. is going to go through his slot to see exactly how much energy he has to be able to push through.
And Tristan?
Tristan is going to do the same. That back locked up pretty good on him, so just trying to see exactly what he's able to do, in those shooting slots with movement.
Is it just the time of the year, you get Mo back and you said Wendell's out, just the time of the year where, guys are beat up and stuff's going around?
Yeah, that's part of the NBA. I'm not saying we're unique to any of it, but this is the time that you looked at adversity and that tough situation, guys being in and out in the face, and say, listen, the guys that you step in that game, you're ready to play, because the weather doesn't care, the opponent doesn't care, no one cares about exactly what's happening with you. You go up and show up, you go out and show up and play the way we need to play.
Obviously, you got a very unique trip after this game, but how have you been able to get the group focused for today and getting back on track?
That's a great question. I think it's just always about staying in the moment. And I think, Mo coming back, you're able to celebrate that. You celebrate this game, this time, this moment, this game, and that's it.
With Wendell out, how will you start today?
I'll let you know.
How are you doing today, Coach?
Great. How are you?
Doing well. With some of these injuries, what's part of the game plan? How do you deter and deny kind of Zion and Derek Queen from getting downhill with so many, big men possibly missing tonight?
Same thing. Do it by committee. It's not just the bigs that have that priority. It's the bigs or that responsibility. It's our guards that have to get in and help. You create a wall, build that wall in front of him, and then you got to keep those guys off the glass the same way that we ask our guards every night to get in there and help rebound the basketball.
How big is Mo Wagner's comeback? Not just getting on the court, feeling mentally great about that, but his play on the court, the rim rolling and the floor stretching, pick and roll for the second unit, but also that energy that he brings to the crowd and the team, just getting that burst of energy halfway through the season like this.
All of that is gigantic for this group. I think the moment he checks in the game, it's going to bring the support and the noise and the energy from this crowd, who we all love Mo, and we know what he brings to the table every single night.
Coach, on this road trip you're going to approach the halfway point of the season. How much will this trip, fuel you guys and kind of getting over these humps that you've been able to struggle with over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, anytime you can go on the road, especially to the places we're going, obviously Berlin being, with, Franz and Mo being, from there, being able to really have them dial into being around each other and the guys. I think that can just builds up so much team camaraderie and chemistry, even more so, now than any time. I think it's going to be great for this group to experience that.
Coach, how about Paolo's playmaking since his return? He's gotten some flack for the jump shooting, but he's just a playmaking hub. Josh found some great stats on his three-point kickouts leading the league and how efficient the three-point shooters are off his kickouts. how big has that been for him and for this team? But also, and also, is there anything you want to see as the game slows down when it comes to the playmaking and processing as well?
First, great job, Josh, finding that information. Second, he's been great. Just taking what the game gives him. I've said this time and time again. As soon as he steps on the floor, we walk through it during, the little walkthrough yesterday, just recognizing that he creates a problem no matter where he's on the floor. He's always got eyes on him. If it's not all of them, focus on him, he's always got two bodies near him every time. And so his ability to make the right play at the right time continues to, help us get open and great looks.
Thank you, Coach Mose.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
All right, well, there we go. A little news there from Jamal Mosley. Won't have Wendell Carter Jr. today as hip strain is going to keep him out. And as I mentioned right before we heard from Jamal, I don't know if that hip got a ton worse on Friday night, but Wendell Carter Jr. plays a rugged position ruggedly, and he's been a dog for you all season long. And so that he is probably feeling it right now, and if he needs a day off, it might be a good opportunity to get a couple days off, as Magic with a couple travel days after this one here today. So you won't have Wendell. I assume the starting lineup would include Goga Batadze then, and then probably more minutes, depending on if you have Jonathan Isaac for Orlando Robinson, your third center. Jake Chapman, Chrissy Birdsall here with you. We're up on the radio deck getting set for the New Orleans Pelicans. First matchup with the Pels so far this year. I haven't even looked at when we go to New Orleans. I know it's at some point in the remainder of the season, but I couldn't tell you. That'll be my first game and experience at the Smoothie King Center, which I'm very, very excited for.
Very fun.
Good, yeah. Find my drop in, Ronnie. Let's see. What do you want to talk about here? How about we talk about the Magic's dominance against the New Orleans Pelicans? 16 of 20 the Magic have won against the Pels. And I think we were doing the research. Is this only the third time we'll see Zion Williamson at Kia Center over the course of his career?
First time I've seen him.
Yeah, well, we as Magic fans, the royal we. It felt like at one point that he was actually ducking and dodging us. But I'm not sure that's necessarily the case. I just got a text that says, tell Chrissy to look at the screen.
You gotta look at the screen.
I don't know. It just says look at the screen. Yeah, maybe the comments.
Yeah, I've been looking at some of the comments as have been coming through. There was one from Luis Rosario because when I saw double Dell on the injury report, as he calls him, I was curious what he was going to say, and he said Penda's going to get Dell's double today, which is that could be interesting. We've seen him step up throughout the season, especially the last couple of weeks here. But looking at some of the other comments, a lot of stuff about Mo coming back. Very excited for that. The return of the German Hammer is what Jake Kirk called him.
The German Hammer? Yeah, it's good. But Marcin Gortat was the Polish Hammer. And I hesitate to just take every foreign center and toss Hammer on the back of his nationality. But as I mentioned, we're still workshopping it, and I certainly don't want to take that from anybody. Jay Curve also said, let's go, Coach. I'm rocking with you. Everybody always wants to take shots at Coach, man. Shout out to Jamal. Jay Curve, your lips to God's ears. I can't tell you how frustrating every time we lose a game Magic Twitter is, because everybody's got to blame somebody, right? You can't just lose a game in the NBA. We expect to be 82-0. And if you can't blame all the players specifically, then for whatever reason, everybody just wants to blame Jamal Mosley, as if Jamal was the one who turned the ball over 19 times or didn't get any rebounds the other night. Look at the screen on YouTube is what the text says. Is your mom on YouTube?
I don't know.
Is your mom making comments?
That would be funny if she was.
That would be very funny.
But yeah, I just got a text from Maria as well. It converts all. So.
Oh, look at that.
She might be in there. I don't know where she is.
I love it. I know. I can't find it either. But shout out to Miss Birdsall. Hello.
Checking in all the way from New Jersey.
From beautiful, sunny New Jersey. Your daughter's doing a fantastic job. And she beat me to the arena this morning. I don't know if your mom's been on the chat the whole time, but I did tell everybody. I thought for sure I was going to get there before Chrissy did today, but she's good. You're good, you. All right, so we won't have Wendell Carter Jr. Don't know about Jonathan Isaac, but we will have Mo Wagner. And again, I think somebody mentioned, Coach Mosley sort of laughed at the question about whether or not he would be on a minutes restriction. He said, yes, clearly. Somebody mentioned a little bit ago, I think it was one of our primary commenters, maybe Lewis, said 10 to 15 minutes cap, 10 to 15 minute cap for Mo Wagner today, and I would imagine 15 is the absolute ceiling that you'll see him out there. 10 to 12 minutes feels appropriate for Mo. Let him get, maybe a couple 3 or 4 minute stints perhaps, or maybe 2 6-minute stints. But this is just about him getting the game back and experiencing that. And you got to grab those motivational factors. And I loved what Jamal said about, like, today, right now, this is about Mo Wagner being back and nothing else. And we can worry about everything else. But over the course of a long NBA season, you stay in the moment. You try to take each game as they come. Certainly, you got to respect the New Orleans Pelicans. They have especially some young players in Derek Queen who, there's a lot of talk about Cooper Flagg, obviously, and Con Knippel, but this guy, he's got 2 triple-doubles already, Derek Queen. He has been a force for New Orleans, and he is still just scratching the surface. And then Jeremiah Fears is one of the youngest players in the NBA, maybe the youngest player in the NBA. He's the youngest in NBA history to record multiple 20-point games. So he is figuring it out right now as well. These guys have some firepower, and they have already lost their head coach for the year. It's kind of like a lost season. They've got some young talent, and the Pelicans are, at the very least, going to be attacking the bucket. They're going to try to push pace, and Queen he's an offensive hub, in some ways from the same mold as Paolo Banchero or Jalen Johnson, these playmaking bigs. And so it's going to be interesting to keep an eye on this Pelicans team, where they go from here. But certainly you can't take for granted that you're getting Mo Wagner back today. Everybody's going to be energized, and it's going to be an easy dub. But nothing has been easy for this Magic team for about a month now.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see Derek Queen tonight.
Yeah.
We have one of our GAs is actually from Maryland, so he's been hyping him up since the beginning of the season, even back to the preseason, said this guy is legit. He's a really good player for this team. He's going to make an impact. And, we're all like, okay, we'll see at Maryland. I've watched a little bit of Maryland basketball, obviously, when I was at Wisconsin. But he stepped up to the plate in his first year so far. He's coming off the bench for a decent amount, but he started in 27 of 39 games. He's shooting almost 50% from the floor, averaging almost 13 points per game. And he's bringing a little bit of energy into this team, as you said, that they really are trying to find their footing, trying to find their place here. They had some really big struggles in the beginning of the season. It seems like they've had a little bit of a win streak at one point, but then they lost it and they went on a bit of a losing streak. They did get a win against Washington, though, in their last game. So it's going to be interesting to see how this team, this rotation, it seems like a lot of guys just throw them together in a pot and told to, make it mix and taste good at the end. So I think Derek Queen's been doing a pretty good job of managing that adversity, especially as a rookie coming into a team and not knowing you were going to be the star, but stepping up and trying to get those big minutes.
Yeah, and Queen, it's funny, if you recall, New Orleans put a whole lot of chips in, including this year's unprotected first-round pick, to get the pick that ended up being Derek Queen from the Atlanta Hawks. And so Queen came in as like a mid-lottery pick. What was he? He was the 13th pick, late lottery. Right. Basically with the expectation of 2 draft picks on his shoulders. And he and Jeremiah Fears, it was like, okay, this is the future of the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, there's still a lot of guys stuck from the present and past of the New Orleans Pelicans, i.e. Zion Williamson. But then you also got Trey Murphy, you got Herb Jones. There was a core in place before Joe Dumars arrived, and there was a head coach in place as well in Willie Green. Now you get James Borrego, who is everybody's favorite interim head coach. He was the Magic's interim head coach back in 2015, taking over for Jacques Vaughn. Then he was the head coach in Charlotte for 4 seasons. Did a pretty respectable job there as well. So he'll have these guys ready to play. It's a team, as Chrissy mentioned, they are a streaky bunch. They lost 7 in a row, then they won 5 in a row, then they lost 9 in a row, and now they're coming off a win against the Washington Wizards, who, as we all know, just beat us the other night. And it was a 21-point win over the Wizards on Friday night that the Pelicans rattled off. In that game, you had 35 points from Trey Murphy, knocked down 7 threes. Jeremiah Fears, the rookie, as I mentioned, 21 points in that one. He is beginning to figure it out. And then Derek Queen had 14 points, 16 rebounds, 12 assists, but then also 5 turnovers as well. That was his second triple-double of his young career, and he is a very, very talented young man. All right, we're going to send it down to the floor, and we're going to go eat some breakfast down in the media room. Magic's last game before a trip overseas. We will see the Pelicans coming up at the pregame for you at 2:30 on 96.9 The Game and the Magic Audio Network. You can always stream us on the Orlando Magic app, on the iHeart app, or outside of the listening area on Sirius XM or on NBA League Pass Audio as well. Mo Wagner makes his return. Can't wait to see it. She's Chrissy. I'm Jake. Have a great game, great weekend, everybody, and we'll talk to you later.
and honey dip. Whipping out Abels, no condiments. From Barranquilla, no argument. She going hard like a gallo. Don't care what they say, hella fine, no. I'm chilling with babe with my eyes closed. Got the champagne with my blindfolds. I'm just flat in Miami, chopping and dripping with Moochie the family. Drop top when I drop down. Acting hella savage like I'm Randy. I'm on 1,000, living my life like I don't get no hoots about plan B's. My life something like a Tahoe. You're something like a Camry, yeah. Give the people what they want, cause I got it. I ain't lying. Locked in, I do it just for profit. I ain't lying. Love it how I break it down just like that. I ain't lying. Love it how I run the town just like that. I ain't lying. Love it how I break it down just like that. I ain't lying. Love it how I run the town just like that. I ain't lying. Who said they could top me? Step in the place, I steal the show. Said they had been checking for me, ain't never seen my type before. Love to see me coming, but
What's up, guys? Welcome to Courtside Countdown, presented by Hard Rock Bet. I'm your host, Kendra Douglas, and thank you guys so much for joining me today on a Sunday. We got Sunday basketball, a nice little 3 p.m. tip. You can watch Magic Live, the pregame show on FanDuel Sports Network with Dante and the crew at 2:30. But of course, we got to talk about the biggest thing that the Magic get back, Mo Wagner being available to play in today's game. I mean, I've already seen the comments. I know everyone is excited for Mo Wagner to be able to play today against the New Orleans Pelicans. He has missed 39 games due to that ACL recovery. But as he is available, I love the comments so far. One of the comments says, pardon our dust as we make some more improvements. Mo improvements, get it? Mo improvements. More comments that you guys have going on. What else you guys are saying about this? Everyone, Mo is back. You can already play the song. You want me to give you guys some hope for tonight's game? I'm going to give you hope for tonight's game. That's what I'm here for. We're going to talk about tonight's game. We're going to talk about how the Magic are going to get back into the win column before they get to the overseas trip and go across the pond. So, yes, I will give you all the positive vibes as we get you ready for today's game. More comments. Oh, I love this. Mo is going to get a lot of love when he comes out today. He sure is. Coach Mosley talked about him during the pregame presser just now, saying he's just excited that Mo's going to be on the court. The energy he brings, the love that he has. And here's the funny part about all this is that some of these guys haven't played with him. We got Desmond Bain behind us. He has never played with Mo. So that's going to be an exciting moment to see how those guys kind of interact and get into the groove of things again as we get you ready for today's game. Are we getting Bo Outlaw in this mix? Okay, I think we are. We're getting a one Bo Outlaw who I will say is getting ready to head across the pond as well. Are you excited? As we just talked about, the team is getting Mo Wagner back. How excited are you to be able to go and be a part of these global games?
I'm very excited, but it's good and bad.
Okay.
Good that I'm going, bad that it's cold.
Yes. Okay, yes. Have you packed enough warm stuff as a Floridian?
I will find out. I do not know. I will find out.
That is so real. I'm interested how everyone is going to pack because at this point, they've been in Florida long enough. Their body has changed. And I don't know if these guys, I don't even know if Mo and Franz know how to get back to the groove of it either.
I don't know. We're going to find out. Trust me. The weather's not going to wait for us.
No, they're not.
Hey, Dante.
Hey. Dante in the mix.
You know what Dame's going to.
Dante's in the mix.
Flames.
Yeah.
Out in Liberty Flames.
Liberty Flames are rolling.
Flame on, baby. Flame on. Yeah. 4-0 in the conference. 5-0 in the conference.
Talking about the Liberty Flames basketball team.
Yeah.
Love that. Why are we talking about the Liberty Flames?
Because he's an alumni, and I do have a son and a nephew that go to Liberty. So
sure do.
I'm a proud pops of Liberty. All y'all Flame people, Flame Nation. What's up, baby? Hey.
Hopefully we get some Flame Nation here. That'd be great. Okay, I want to talk about getting back into the groove of things. So the Magic, they get Mo Wagner back, but they lose Wendell Carter Jr. for tonight's game. Of course, we know J.I. is dealing with some issues. Tristan's dealing with some back spasms, but still available for tonight's game. How does a team like this get back into the win column so that way they can bounce back before they get on the road?
Well, we get on the road in a little bit, but so we just got to go play. So what the good thing is, you're getting the player back. The bad thing is you say you got bumps and bruises, which is not bad. I'll take bumps and bruises rather than hurting injuries. So we got to deal with Wendell's injury and getting one back. So it's kind of we swapping one out, bringing one in. And this would be good for Mo to get a game under his belt before he goes home, at least knock a little bit of rust off. And he's not going to be fully all the way there.
Yeah.
But game experience is the best experience you can get.
You're 1,000% correct. So Jay Kerr said, "What up, Bo? I used to go to you and Daryl's camp when I was a child, and I always rocked with your energy."
I sure appreciate that. How long ago was that? Because
Jay Kerr, how long ago was that?
do you understand Daryl and Bo's camps, that had to be in like 98, 99.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that was a long time ago. So he had to be like 10, 8.
Yeah,
Oh,
J.
my
Curb, how old
goodness.
were you when you were going to these camps? We got to know. Put it in the chat. Put it
Yeah,
in
bring
the
that chat back up. Thank you
Yeah.
for that and that energy. Hey, why not have it? I'm here.
I know. Okay, one person did say, so lately they've been alternating wins, losses, wins, losses, wins, losses. Someone said they need to end that streak Thursday in Berlin. So yes, get a win, but it is that kind of season. Guys are getting sick. You get the little nicks and bruises before you get to the All-Star break, and usually after All-Star break is when you see guys get back healthy again. So how difficult is it though when you're constantly on the road? You understand what you have to do. But how difficult and challenging as a former player when you're constantly on the road, you do all these nicks and bruises, and you have like that alternating win-loss, win-loss.
It's kind of like you just trying to put a Band-Aid on a cut that needs stitches.
Yeah.
You need stitches, but we're going to put a Band-Aid over to get us through. We're trying to limp to the finish line, which is not the finish line, but it's the halfway point, which is All-Star break. Can we get there with some sense of feeling that we accomplished making it here with not everyone hurt and people like, okay, I'm getting better and we come out of this All-Star break great. But in the NBA, the other teams don't care about that.
No.
So we just got to come out and play. The good thing is about this team, next man up mentality has always been here and will be here.
Yeah.
And the guys do a great job with that. And that's all we got to look forward to is next man up. You got opportunity to earn some minutes and play some good minutes and just take advantage of it.
You sure do. So J. Curve said he was 9. He was 9 years old. He said it was 1999.
I'll tell you.
I love that. One person said, Tony said, Bo gave me a pair of his goggles at a game one time. Look at that.
And that's big time. You
That
got those
is
goggles.
big time. That
was
is big
nice.
time.
So if he's 9, that was 26 years ago.
Wow. You're in your prime, Bo. You're in your prime. You're young as can be. You're a spring chicken.
I might be the chicken. I don't know about the spring.
I'm trying to hype you up. Here.
Hey, that guy hype me up. Hey, hype me up. Hey.
Okay, I want to talk about Desmond Bane. He's literally right behind us, warming up. I saw a lot of comments too saying that a lot of you guys went to his meet and greet, and you guys got to meet him and be able to talk with him. So even though he lost, he still led the team in scoring against the 76ers, 23 points. So here's what an interesting stat is. In his first season with the Magic, he's averaging around 19 points per game. Only 4 players have averaged 20 plus per game in their first season with the Magic. Desmond could be the 5th one to do that. On that list, you got T-Mac, Shaq, you got Paolo, Terry, Steve. So he's in that list where in his first year with the team, he could average 20 plus a game. For him, I feel like it's more so just continuing to find his spots and continuing to just get into a groove. I mean, he's still figuring out a way to knock down buckets, though.
He's figuring a way to knock down buckets. Like I said, the good thing is he's not settling and just continuing to jack up threes when he's not making them.
Yeah.
What he is doing is driving to the bucket, getting layups, left hand, right hand, floaters, and free throws. So if he can continue to do that, the game will come.
Yeah.
But I think the difficult part for him will be not continue that. It's going to be figuring out how to do that when our team's fully healthy.
Yeah.
So can I get these shots? Are they going to get this many touches? Then your game is going to have to adjust. And I think he's okay with that. It's just to figure out we need him to score points, so we got to figure out how can we make this work. And that's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have. And this is going to be continuing to be a thing for this team. And on top of that, let's not forget, he's never played with Mo before.
No.
So now you bring back a guy, and you imagine, I will say this though, I will say that what I have liked is the way that the team has come together for Mo during his recovery, helping him out with a lot of 3-on-3 basketball and everything like that. Desmond being one of those guys to help Mo out. So in a sense, they've practiced together and been able to work out together, but game time's totally different.
Yes, this game time is different, but that's a vet move.
Yeah.
If you know, like you say, Baines, most guys, your vet guys don't play with guys come back in. For him to do that, that lets you know he's trying to figure out what he likes to do, how he plays, what's his strength, what's his weaknesses, and can I make him better? So when you got a guy doing that, helping your injured guy come back and play, and he's a vet on the team, that's a plus. So that's a great thing, and this transition might be a little bit smoother than you think.
I think it will be. I think we have no choice but to see this team succeed and go and do well. But I know that Tyus and a couple other guys spoke during practice today, and let's listen to what they had to say.
Tyus, for your group, what was the focus of practice today? What work were you trying to get in ahead of tomorrow's game?
Just trying to get back locked in on the details, focusing on New Orleans earlier games, so quicker turnaround. So use it as like a mini shoot-around today. Just trying to focus on, again, the small details, getting back to the right habits, defensively, offensively. Didn't play horribly defensively yesterday, but just got to tighten up on some of the details again and regroup and be ready to go tomorrow before we head overseas.
You've been in the league a while. Is it just a weird coincidence that it just keeps kind of playing out this way, that you keep going from win to loss and just weird back and forth?
Yeah, it is. It's a little weird, but at the same time, it's something we got to break. Like, we can't just be okay with it or think that we'll just chalk it up and get the next one because that's what we've been doing. And that's where we got to grow. That's where we got to show some more maturity and be ready to string some games together, because these are the games that matter down the stretch. When you're fighting for seeding, positioning, whether it's the play-in spot, whether it's home court advantage. So you just don't want to look at it like we wish back in January or December we would have done X, Y, and Z, and we gotta fix it now.
We welcome you back to Courtside Countdown, presented by Hard Rock Bet, with Savage Says joining us. And Dan, just a second ago, people were cheering because Mo Wagner is sitting down right now. He's about to go through his warm-ups and everything to get ready for today's game. How big of a moment is it to get a guy that brings so much energy to this team?
No, if he would have waited an extra 15 seconds, he would have been queued up perfectly for the return to our show.
Yeah.
But it's so huge. I was just running around pregame because JT had a great interview with Mo Wagner talking about all the effort that went into coming back, what it was like being behind the bench and working with the Magic coaches, getting to go ahead to Germany, and that'll all air on FanDuel Sports Network's pregame show, so you're going to want to make sure to catch that. But just such an emotional night for him.
Yeah.
And really the payoff for all the hard work he's put in over the last year to make this a reality. So his teammates behind him. I'm sure this crowd's going to be behind him. We're all behind him. So it should be a fun night for Mo Wagner.
You see Mo Wagner right now. I can only imagine the feeling he's going through at this very moment, because it's got to be a bunch of nerves. It's got to be a bunch of excitement. He has, like I said, he's missed 39 games. He's missed 39 games due to that ACL recovery. And so just to get him back, yes, you don't have his brother back just yet, but still, it's good to have Mo back.
Oh, undoubtedly. And, after practice yesterday, Magic head coach Jamal Mosley addressed the team. They brought them all in together, and he officially welcomed Mo Wagner back. And it was just a special moment to see all the guys in the huddle rally around Mo and celebrate, his return. And you could tell he was touched by it. So it just goes to show how close this team is, the bond between all those guys, how they root for one another, celebrate with one another.
Yeah.
And that's shown up over the course of the season with the 4-game winners.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to show up again tonight when he steps on the floor and officially checks in for the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, I want to get to some of your comments. We got some people who say, I will be at the Berlin game. Need all the German guys to be ready then. As we know, Franz Wagner, his brother, still not out yet, but is going to continue to progress. And like we've all talked about, it's always about the long game. You got to think about the end goal, about things. But at least he'll be in Germany. So at least we'll have all the guys there.
And I watched Franz at practice yesterday. I mean, he is doing everything
to get back,
humanly possible to try to get back and make that reality. And we'll have some time in between these games.
Yeah.
The team will head out actually tonight.
Yep.
After the game, arrive about 10 a.m. In Germany. So I'm sure he's going to be doing everything between now and then to make that return to the court a reality.
1,000%. I'm excited for everyone to come back and just be a healthy team. I love what's going on as you're looking at Mo Wagner right now, warming up, getting ready for tonight's game against the Pelicans, which leads us to tonight's game against the Pelicans. I want to talk a little bit about this team. So, excuse me, the Pelicans are 9-31 so far this season. Now, the Magic, they've won the last 7 meetings against them and 4 of the last 6 in Orlando. There's so many stats you can talk about with this group. The Magic are 500 or better against 7 teams, and at the top of the list are the Pelicans with a 16-4 record. So it's one of those things where this is a great opportunity for this Magic team to get back into the win column. Someone commented that they don't like the whole alternating either. So yes, I agree. Start here and continue to keep winning.
Yeah, get the win tonight and then worry about breaking that streak, all those other things afterwards. Keep the streak of keep beating the Pelicans going. Keep the streak of loss, win, win this one, and then go ahead in Germany and start a win streak after that. But this is a New Orleans team who had a few blocks of wins and losses in their season their own. They just coming off a win over the Wizards, but prior to that had lost 9 straight games, but prior to that had won 5 straight games.
Yeah.
So they've had many different mini seasons within their own season, and you know they're going to be hungry, 1, to get another win in that column, and then 2, to break that streak against the Magic.
Yeah, for sure. There is a fan here. Knowles86 says, "Hi, Kendra. Did you say you're to your left? Are you here? Are you at this game? Wave. Wave if you're at this game, so then I know." But anyway, as we talk about today's game, there's a couple things that you want to also mention too. Is of course there's a couple guys on this Pelican squad that have just been a factor and a constant, and one of them is Zion. He's somebody where I was looking at his stats and his numbers, and this is going to be a big moment for him too, playing 15 consecutive games.
Yeah.
He hasn't been able to do that in a while. I believe when I looked, the most games he's played consecutively is 25, and that was back in 2021. So for Zion, what do you see from him and the way he is performing for this Pelican squad so far?
Yeah, they're obviously a much different team when he's healthy, and he had an impact on those 5 wins that they had before the losing streak began. The thing about him is he's a game plan changer. You have to, as a team, alter your defensive game plan to focus on him, because he is a load when he gets downhill going to the rim, and he can also play make for others. So for the Magic tonight, it's going to be all about building a wall, and that's going to be even more of a challenge with Wendell Carter Jr. not patrolling below and being at the rim.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. So it's going to be, and Coach Mosley talked a little bit about that, how it's going to be next man up mentality. Everything, you do it by committee. So it's not going to just be one person, I imagine. I believe everyone's going to have their assignments today and their way of having to contain Zion. But you see his numbers so far this season. This is what he's averaging: more than 22 points, more than 5 rebounds. But you want to see this from him, honestly. I'm sorry. I would like to say that it'd be nice to see a consistent Zion Williamson from here on out.
Yeah, and it's always the field goal percentage with him, because so many of his shots come at the rim. He's so effective going downhill that, he could put up those type of numbers. So he'll be one of the guys at the top of the Magic scouting report tonight, but I'm sure there'll be 2 others there as well who are playing some phenomenal basketball right now, in terms of Derek Queen, who's coming off his second career triple-double as a rookie, and Trey Murphy, who's leading the NBA in scoring over the last 3 games.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Our fans are here, Dan. They said
Oh, look at that. That's awesome.
That is so funny. That is so cool. Thank you guys for continuing to watch and continuing to lock in with us. This is great. I love that we got to say hi.
If we weren't on such a big tripod here, we'd pan over to the crowd and show some of the chat members in person.
That was so cool. That was so cool. Okay, I like what you mentioned. Let's talk about Derek Queen real quick. He's been doing phenomenal as a rookie for this team as well. What does he bring to this squad so far that you've noticed in this season?
Yeah, he's a long player at 6'10", it's same height as Paolo, Franz, etc. And where he's really started to elevate his game is stuffing the stat sheet, putting up points, rebounds, assists. As I mentioned, he had his second career triple-double. He is only the second rookie in Pelicans history, or New Orleans history, to put up a triple-double, with the other one being Chris Paul. I would have thought Zion would have had a couple over the course of his rookie tenure, but I'm sure injuries may have played a role back then. But Chris Paul, 05-06 season, all the way back then, when I was a wee lad, putting up those kind of numbers.
It's so interesting to see what he's been able to do for that team. And ultimately, this should be an advantage for the Magic tonight, but also we've seen what happened when teams that are below 500 have come in and they just play harder. They're more grittier. They want to make it a fight for a team. What do you need to see from this Magic squad tonight?
Yeah, this is one of those games that's going to be a challenge of focus because a lot of times you see it right before the All-Star break.
Yeah.
It's kind of who wants it more. The Magic, no, they're getting on a flight literally after the game, heading over to Europe. They have family members interested in going. You're getting requests about that. You're having to do your travel itinerary and stuff like that. So that's all stuff that takes a mental toll and pulls you away from the game. But as Magic head coach Jamal Mosley said pregame, one of the advantages that they have in keeping guys focused and determined on tonight's outcome is that it's Mo Wagner's return.
Yeah.
And you want to get that guy a win in his return after he's put so much into making it happen.
I completely agree with you on that. I think that's a great segue into your storylines. Let's get to those today.
Yeah, looking at today's storylines, number one, welcome back, Mo.
Welcome
We've got to
back.
celebrate it. It's such a big deal. That guy's worked for over a year to get back to this moment. Sometimes we take for granted just availability. He has that now. That's huge. Next man up, Wendell goes down.
Okay.
It's going to be other guys stepping up. That probably means Goga Batadze in the starting lineup. That means Mo's going to have to pick up some of the slack as a backup center. It means probably increased minutes for Noah Penda.
Yep.
And we're going to have to remember Jonathan Isaac is dealing with an illness. We expect him to play. Tristan DeSilva is dealing with back spasms. Probably won't start, but we expect him to play.
All
So
those
those are
ideas,
those things we're going to have to pay attention to. And then lastly, I've asked for extra exclamation points from our producers, Jason Dewberry and Maria upstairs, because this is so important tonight.
It is.
The games the Magic have won, they've taken care of the basketball. When they've lost them, they've given it away. And so I want them to take care of the rock tonight, not give the Pelicans any easy points. And if they do that, celebrate Mo, other guys step up, and they take care of the basketball. I think the streak continues. They get a win and once again beat the Pelicans.
I love this energy, Dan Savage. I love it. Like you mentioned, take care of the basketball is going to be really important. Philly forced 19 turnovers for 20 points. You can't have that if you want to win. Coach Mosley said that doesn't give you a chance to win and that kind of game like that. So I love what you're saying. Okay, Dan. We gotta help them. We gotta help the Magic fans really come together on this one. Someone said we should do a chat member game where everybody in the chat gets a group ticket bundle. I agree. You guys should all somehow come together and be able to come to a game. You guys have supported this and us for so long so far that it would be so cool to be able to do another waving to the fans again. So I don't know how y'all gonna make that happen. Jay Curb, that's up to you now.
I mean, we may have to work with our social team to get a poll put in there for which would be the best game.
Yep.
And then work with our groups department. We have Haley Meyer over there who's done such
We'll
a great
figure this
job
out.
with group sales. That maybe we could make that happen, a special group package for the chat.
I'm saying for the chat. I mean, do it for the Courtside Countdown chat, the group chat, that everybody's that continue to support us and lock in with us, and we're so happy that you guys continue to do that. So we say thank you always for even being a part of us, supporting us. I now say Savage Says because of you guys. I like it. So yeah, no, thank you guys so much. All right, we're gonna start wrapping up soon and getting ready to let Dante and the crew take over. But before we do, one of the things that I really liked was Paolo Banchero was talked about during the pregame, and Coach Mosley talked about Paolo Banchero. I don't know. Can you hear me? Sorry, I feel like my ears are I can't hear anything. Anyway, all right, cool. Sorry, we're good. Paolo Banchero was talked a lot during the pregame from Coach Mosley, and I liked what they said about him. When you're talking about a guy like him heading into All-Star break, what do you want to see more of from him?
Yeah, I think what's been phenomenal from Paolo has been his playmaking.
Yeah.
His teammates are averaging an NBA best 3-point percentage when he is the kick-out player, setting him up for open threes. Their numbers jump up when he's on the court, and we see a big drop-off when he's not on it. So that just is a testament to how he's elevating the play of three-point shooters around him when he's on the floor. I think what he's got to become more and more accustomed to is the type of doubles that teams are throwing to him and having quick counters to those. So really processing game at a high level, and that'll come as he gets more and more reps.
Yeah, I agree with you on
And
that.
as the teammates get more reps around him, 'cause it's also on those guys, when they see that happen, to be moving and make themselves available and not just stand around Paolo watching.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's going to be a big thing. I think what's going to be really interesting, too, is how the team also adapts bringing Mo back into the mix. Now, they're so excited, and they're so happy to have him, too. But I think it is going to be fun to now kind of watch how, they're going to interact and welcome him back in, but just have that energy back from him.
Yeah, we're probably going to get a lot of that soon with Jalen, Franz, etc., making the return. So those adjustments are going to be key. It's like welcoming back a familiar face.
Yeah.
How we doing, gang?
We're good. We're good. You had a great interview with the one Mo Wagner.
Yes.
How did that go? And are you excited to see him back on the court?
I am. I asked him, the last question I asked him was if he was ready for the reaction he's going to get from the fans. And he was like, oh, man, I get emotional. And I remember, you guys remember when Markelle Fultz came back?
Yeah.
The reaction the crowd got from him. I got emotional from that. So make sure the cameras aren't on me when Mo checks in, because I might be a little misty-eyed.
I know.
You know what it is, Kendra? I know, because I had an ACL. I know how hard Mo's worked to get back.
Yeah.
It is it's the culmination to actually get back on the floor, and it's really special.
It is.
What is that mental hurdle like? Your first game back.
I think at this point for him, I think it's after being a year and 20 days, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
It's just taking that first bump, that first hit, and really believing in the knee that it'll hold. I'm sure he's had the best training and everything, and he's confident in it, but that's always the big part. It's just taking that first charge or whatever it is that Mo Wagner will do, diving into the stands.
Yeah.
That's when we'll know he's good.
Yeah, I completely agree. You got his mom and dad are here at the game as well, so it's going to be a whole family affair today.
Yeah,
I'm excited for it.
It's going to be fun. It's
Oh,
going to be
that
fun to
was
watch.
a
All right,
great
guys. See y'all.
turn. That was a good one.
What a
That was
turn.
What a turn.
What a turn of events.
What a turn of events. All right, let's take a look at our upcoming schedule before we get out of here, because as we know, tonight the Magic will be on their way to Germany, and that's going to be literally they're going to leave tonight, and then they're going to play Memphis twice, once in Germany, once in London, and then we'll be right back home where they'll be taking on the Charlotte Hornets. And I am expecting all wins from these games.
Why not? Germany is technically a home game, but not really a home game, but kind of a home game because of all the fan support that'll be there for Franz, Mo, Tristan, etc.
Yeah.
But these are going to be 3 games the Magic need to take care of. 4 if you count the one tonight. And if they could start rattling off some wins, build that win streak, we'll feel so good as we turn the page on this upcoming schedule and look ahead to the next one.
Yeah, especially going into All-Star break. You're going to want to feel like, all right, when you come back from All-Star break, just picking up from where you left off. So that's going to be what I think the Magic really want to do. Well, that will do it for us on Courtside Countdown, presented by Hard Rock Bet. Kendra Douglas, Savage Says. And we thank you guys so much for joining us. Make sure you guys lock in to Magic Live, the pregame show on FanDuel Sports Network with Dante Marcatelli and the crew. And you can hear Jeff Turner's interview with Mo Wagner ahead of today's game at 3 p.m. Thank you, Magic fans, and we'll see you guys later.
Give the people what they want, 'cause I got it.